Hello everyone, this is Lakshit Pant, your Spark Your Creator for today, and I'm going to teach you how to make your first AR effects. So you must be wondering, like, what are these AR effects? You are hearing all these terms, maybe terms like augmented reality, VR, MR, XR. There are so many terms that are buzzing around in the industry right now. What are these things? How to, how you can just utilize this, and how this new tech stack is going to help you, right? So this is augmented reality is something that you experience in your Instagram, in your Facebook, in your Messenger, whatever filters you see over there, every filter is built using these. There is one tool that is called Metaspark. So Metaspark is a tool from Facebook family of apps, and I'm gonna give you a quick, guide through over the Metaspark. I'll teach you how to make your AR effects from very scratch. This is Lakshit Pant. I'm a Metaspark your creator, and let me just quickly share my screen so that you guys can, see what we are building together. So I'm just sharing my screen. Perfect. So before jumping onto the directly onto the Sparkia first, I just wanted everyone to just have this Sparkia Studio. So for having the Sparkia Studio, you need to search for uh, Meta Spark Studio download. So as soon as you will just Google this Meta Spark Studio download, you will see that you will get this link, that is sparkia.facebook.com. Just click on this link and you will see some this web page in front of your screen, and you can just simply click on the download button, the blue color download button, and this is how you can just simply download this Sparkia Studio, and it's the only software that you need to build using this in order to create your Sparkia effects. Now these AR effects, whether it's a face AR effects, whether it's a hand gesturing effect, whatever it is, like it's a makeup effect, it's a if it is coloring some paint on your face, if it's putting some earrings on your face, or maybe it's putting some virtual 3D glasses or something, or coloring your hairs. Everything you can just build by this one tool that you can see over right here. That Spark Your Studio. I assume you guys all already have downloaded the Spark Your Studio, and we will try to make one AR effect, which will I'll just try to keep it very simple for you so that you can just learn how to make all these AR effects. So you can see, you can just simply download the Sparkia Studio from this link, and sparkia.facebook.com. You can just check out this link on the comment section, and yeah, you can just simply click on the download, then you can install it, and then you can just use it. And the prerequisite is you need to have your Facebook ID. So Facebook ID is mandatory to uh, you know get started with this tool. So you need to have a Facebook ID, and if you are not using Facebook from a long time, then you can just what you can do is you can just create a new Facebook ID that works too. So this is how you can just simply get started. And I'll just show you some of the key important things. So what are the benefits? Why is this workshop? Why you should listen to me? And what are the future revenues of this new tool that you are hearing first, and that is Metaspark. So to be very honest, it's a very it's having a fancy name, but it's very simple or easy to use. It's been 2 years, and my experience has been incredible with the Metaspark. I can just unleash my creativity with this tool, and I can just transform my ideas through this tool in the augmented reality. So I can just make something really cool related to the events, related to the any thoughtful ideas that I'm getting. So this is how I can just simply assume all these creations to be. So if I'll just show you some of the brilliant AR effects, so maybe we can just check out this link. So there is one this AR filter that Nike has also. You must I assume everyone knows Nike, right? So this the one AR effect that Nike has built using the so you can this AR effect is yeah. So this is the AR effect that Nike has asked one of the creator to make, and yeah, so this is a virtual 3D shoe which you can just click it on, you can just pop it out, you can just see the features, how it's looking, what kind of laces, what kind of comfort, how many, what we can say that how many layers in the shoe is there, so that you can just assume, you can see there are 3 layers in the shoe so that you can protect it from water and all these things. So this is how you can just make all these real-time experiences with the help of the Spark. Yeah, so this entire virtual shoe is built on the Spark. Simply you can just make multiple creations using the Spark. If I'll just show you some more of the creations, that we can just use this link. So maybe I can just show this up. So there are infinite possibilities of making all these AR effects. So you can just make a virtual game. You can just make some virtual dancing. Maybe what we can say that those things. Yeah, you can just see these AR effects that I can just show you up right here. So you can just make make like this. So this is a virtual, experience. This is a virtual elephant. So you can just make a virtual elephant like this, and there are infinite possibilities with this park here that you can make. And we have an incredible great community right over here. So you can see this is a matrix kind of, or a outline features or something like this. So there are some. So this is the brilliant, one of the brilliant creation that maybe yeah, Andreas has made this AR effect. You can see this is a real-time virtual pool table where you can just play virtual pool in the augmented reality. You can just place it on your plane. You can just play this pool in a real-time manner. So how beautiful is this? So you not need to go, or maybe not need to go to any store or something like this. So this is how you can just make these outline AR effects and make these all kind of elephants effects. So this is all kind. There are multiple possibilities, infinite possibilities. Totally depends on your idea, like what idea you are having, what you want to build, and how you want to build. Now I just let's jump off to the Spark directly. So what I want is, after downloading the Spark Studio, you'll just install it, and let's open the Spark Studio now. So I request everyone to please open the Meta Spark AR Studio, because there is where we are going to make all these creations, right? So I'm just going to open the Meta Spark Studio, and here we are going to make our AR effects. So this is what a Meta Spark works. My first screen is visible. Yeah, it's visible. Perfect. So this is what a Meta Spark Studio looks like, and you can see there are a bunch of things over here. There are some templates over here, sharing effect, blank projects, video calling effects. So there are multiple things over here. So I'll just try to, you know, uh, let me just open this so that I can just explain everything very clear to you. Okay, so maybe I can just use this pen. So just, so that the thing that you can see over here, that is this blank project, the plus icon that you can see blank project is written over here. So this blank project is used when something, you want to create a AR effects, and you don't have any idea for on which platform people are going to use it. So we just make AR effects for fun, and you're just making these you're just transforming your one of the ideas, so you can just go with a blank project. Now it comes the sharing effect option. You can see there are two logos over here. One is of Instagram, and second another is of Facebook. Now why these logos are here? Because just assume it like this: you made an AR effect, and you want people to use your AR effect on Facebook and Instagram. So you are going to use this one experience. Getting it? So this is how simply you can just assume all these terms. So in case you are, so the Instagram filter that you see over your Instagram, or that you use over your Instagram or Facebook, every filter is built using this thing. Okay. Now the last thing is video calling effect. Now those who uses Instagram and Facebook frequently, you guys must be aware, like Instagram and Facebook do supports video calling feature, right? So while video calling your friends, with your family, you can just use some AR creations too. So for that purpose, if you want to make a video calling effect, you want people to use your AR effect while video calling someone, then you can just click on this toggle. Okay, getting it? I assume it's a very simple concept right now. We are not doing anything in-depth thing, so we are just trying to understand some basic things that we are going to use. Okay, that are useful, right? Now here is one word that we call a template. Now, what is the meaning of this template? What is the meaning of this template? Now, in generic words, if you will just Google this term, like what is the meaning of the template? Template is something kind of a resource, pre-built resources that has been provided to you so that your process could be smoother. Suppose a template is something. Suppose if you want to make a Google, you want to make a slides. Okay, you have already templates in the form of slides. Okay, you have already some slides in the form of templates which you are using. Now what you're doing is you are just exchanging the data, maybe, or maybe some text you're changing, or maybe depends on your requirements, like how you're just transforming those templates. Exactly same the concept is here in this Spark Studio. If you will see, there are a bunch of templates over here. Every template uses different functionality. This is word target tracking object. This is for patches of target tracking object. This is a jump up game. So you must have undergone through all these Sparkia games, or maybe Instagram games that you just play with, like catching the fruit games or something like this. So everything is built using this jump up game, and there are multiple things like this. You can see this fruit catching game, jump up game, and there are multiple things right over here. Now if you will just scroll down, if I'll just scroll down a little bit, there are, so this is called a hand movement. So if I'll just open this right away, so we'll see how easy you can make something using it. So the template are there, so you don't have an idea where to start, how to start, and you are just having that idea in your mind, and you want to make your mind, but you don't have any, don't have any knowledge that use this template. Suppose, I'm assuming, so suppose if you are in your, so suppose after this workshop you get any idea that you want to use this AR effect for, you want to, suppose I'll teach you today how to make one basic AR effect, and how to make a face tracking effect. I'll teach you a shadow kind of effect. Now what if after this workshop you get some idea you want to make, you are not getting the tutorials or something like this, so how you will make it? So that's why these templates are here. Now let's just see what they do. This is how, so these templates are inbuilt AR effects. So this AR effect is using the hand tracking capability, and you can see I can just increase or decrease the size of this ray, tricolor, maybe, yeah, maybe a rain, not rainbow, but a tricolor having clouds on the hand, on my hand. So this is the hand, it's using some hand tracking capabilities. So there are a bunch of things like this, and so then just close this template right away. There are some more templates like this. You can just make a color portrait of maybe some lipstick, some eyelashes, or maybe you can just color your eyes, you can just put some wings on your, on your back. And my favorite one is the face distortion one. So you can just explore these templates. These templates are here for your use. So me, I can just do this. Okay. Now just see me right over here. Okay, just watch me. So this is how exactly I look. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to distort my face, right? I'm going to, transform my face into something else. Now you will see how easy it is to play with the Spark here. There are a bunch of things. There are some, this Spark here is very, very easy to use. Maybe you guys are wondering like why more it's not popular, maybe like what kind of coding experience, what kind of technical experience is required, or something like this. So let me, to be very honest, there is no coding experience required, there is no technicality required. Even if you are from a non-tech background also, this is totally fine with us. Okay, Spark here doesn't require any technicality information or something like this. You just all you need to do is just go with the flow. Okay, go with the stream, flow with the waves, and this is how you can just make your all these AR effects. So you can see my face, right? This is exactly how I look. Now I'm going to distort my face by just, you know, uh, maybe increasing or decreasing some toggles, right? Just playing with some toggles. So see, let's see how I can do this. So this is what we call a real-time simulator. This is what we call a real-time simulator. Okay. Now if I just want to distort my face, how I can just distort my face? Okay, I'll just make it visible first. Okay, you can see now I can just maybe increase the mouth scale. Okay, I can increase the forehead scale. I can make my head triangle, or I can just make it looking a square kind of thing. So this is how simple, maybe I can just stretch it, I can just squash it, maybe. So we can see this is how I just distorted my face by just moving some toggles, and that's it. You are done with your first AR effect. So you must have seen this one AR effect, like this AR effect is in trend right now. The triangular face kind of AR effect is in trend right now, which does nothing, just maybe it just mainly, retouches your face and just transform into some distorted, nasty kind of stuff. So you can see something right overhead. Now we can just try and test it on different faces, like how it is looking on different faces. You can just try it and test it. Okay, so this is how easy you can just play with the Spark with the help of these templates. Okay, but today I'll teach you how to make an AR effect from very scratch. So you must be wondering like what we are going to make today, right? So but if I just show you up, okay, so maybe if I can just show this up, I guess I have that AR project with me. Maybe let's see this, if this is the AR project that I just wanted to show you up. So let's see. Yeah, exactly. So this is the exact AR effect that I just wanted to show you up. So there are multiple shadows you can see in behind me. So this is how to create these shadows. Like, maybe if I'll just show you some more simulation, you will understand better. So you can see this person, how to make that just two, maybe how to make these two shadows. You must have seen this AR effect. So how to make all these shadows kind of effect. So this is what I'm going to teach you today. Like this, like this, and maybe you can just click some pictures of your friends, of your family, and just and you can just try and test this filter on multiple faces, on maybe it really works good on when you use uh, back camera, it works much better. Okay, so let's start making some AR effects. Let's make our AR effects, right? So till here I haven't done anything. I just try to explain some terms to you so that you can just grab some key points, like what are these AR effects, what are these terms, what are the benefits, and exactly what you are wondering. So if I'll just show you up this thing, okay, like, so just all you need to do is just open and download the SparkCare Studio and open the Spark, install the SparkCare Studio and open SparkCare Studio. This is what I have done right till here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this sharing effect option. Why? Because I'm going to make a AR effect that I just want people to use on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, I just want people to experience my AR filter on Facebook and Instagram, right? So I'll just click on the sharing effect option. So let's just wait for this to open. Oh, excuse me. So just now you can see this is what a Spark workspace looks like. You can see there are much of things. So this is the thing that you can see me overhead. So this is what we call a real-time simulator. If you are not able to see yourself, then there is one thing. Okay, here in the top left-hand side corner, there is a video button. There is a video button like this. There is a video button like this. Just click on that video button and click on your camera. If you are getting some faces like this, just click on this video button. Okay, just click on this video button and click on your camera. It will switch to your camera. Done. And this is just between your wondering what to test in the real environment, right? Like how it's looking on some faces. Because it takes you hours to make something and that doesn't look good. No one makes it for looking bad, right? So that's why these simulations are here. Test every single information that your Spark, like how it's looking, how it's looking on me, how it's looking on different faces. Like I made some virtual glasses effect. So if you can just test it on a person having no hairs or something like this, a girl is like if you have made a virtual glasses AR filter. So how it's looking on a girl's face, how it's looking on a person wearing a turban, how it's looking on a face who is dancing, maybe or maybe who is just playing with a ball, how it's looking on a different faces, right? So you can just test it on different faces, and you can just switch between all these templates anytime, whenever you want, right? So this is how you can just simply think and make all these AR effects. Now switch between these AR effects. So what I had done nothing. I just opened my SparkCare Studio, clicked on the sharing effect option, then I just clicked on this video option and switched it to my camera. That's it. This is all what I have done. Now let's make something right. Now, so there are some basic terms like if you want to make an AR effect, right? And I know ID, you have your Instagram application, okay? So what you're doing, you want to just use it, okay? So you need a smartphone for that. So in order to use a smartphone, you need a device. So you can see then you need a camera. Then there are rest of the things, right? Over here. So if you want to make a camera, then there are rest of the things right over here. So everything is arranged in a chronological order. If you will see this thing, like first is the device, then inside the device this is the camera, then inside the camera all these things are here. So if you are wondering like why this microphone is here, so undergone with those AR effects which transform your voice into someone else voice, like maybe a robotic voice or something like this. So this is how you can just using this microphone capability, you can just transform your voice into something else. Okay, so yeah, so what you can do is just, so that's why these things are here. Now if I'll just so there terminologies that I'm going to use, and you should you should at least hear of it once. Okay, these are not these things are not things to remember. These are just some basic concepts that I just wanted to tell you for your reference. So you can see this is the yellow box that I have done. This yellow box is called scene panel. Scene panel. So you can see scene is written over here. So we call this box a scene panel. Understood, right? Now this blue box is called assets panel. You can see assets written over here. So we just give it a name. Like I will call this assets panel. Now you can see this in the right hand side. We call this pen box the properties panel. Getting it? This is scene panel in the top left hand side. In the top, in the bottom left corner, it's the assets panel. In the right hand side is the properties panel, and there is something called viewport. So where is this viewport? If I'll just place this right here, so you can see this viewport is written over here. So the box which is in between this pink box is called viewport. So don't remember these things. These are, I'm telling you just for a reference. So this is called what we call a viewport. This is what we call a saving panel. This is what we call assets panel. And here is what we call a properties panel. So this is how simply you can just understand why these things are here and what are you going to make. Okay. Let's make something. Okay. So if you will see, if you will just click, there is one plus button in the scene panel. In the scene, so this is the plus button right over here. So just click on this plus button and you will see multiple things over here, like face checker, plane checker, target. So face checker is something we'll just read these documentation, whatever is written over here. It is something like that AR filter. Just understand it like this: a AR filter uses your face. AR filter that uses your face needs a face checker. हमारा फेस इन्वॉल्व रहता है, हर उस AR इफेक्ट के लिए हमें एक फेस चेकिंग कैपेबिलिटी चाहिए होती है. Getting it? Understood? That is the tracker. So the Nike AR filter that I showed you is tracking capability, or maybe that pool AR effect where you are just playing for the AR track. Okay. Now, the next one is target tracker. Now, what is the use of this target tracker? So, target is basically something that is going to scan a target, then it is going to reappear some AR effects. Understood? Very simple concept. Like, you are having some QR codes, you are just scanning something, and you are just paying to your merchant using the UPI thing, right? Exactly the same terminology is here. You are just scanning something, scanning target, and just and some scene is coming out of the target. That is what we call a target tracker. Now the last one is hand tracker. So the rainbow color AR that I just showed you up is using basically tracking capability. What is it is using? But it's using hand tracking capability. Getting it? So these are some basic concepts, or maybe there are some. My voice is lagging. Maybe Kiran, if it is so right now, also please let me know if it is it fine now or it is lagging. My voice is fine now, or maybe just let me know in the comment section, right? Okay, maybe it's fine now. Perfect. So maybe we haven't done anything. So if you are just wondering, like if anyone has joined late, I haven't done anything. I just explained some of the concepts. Maybe you can admire these concepts later. Like, yeah, that guy is. If you're watching some YouTube videos, these concepts will really help you out. Okay, these concepts will really help you out. Okay. So I have SparkCast Studio with them. Okay. Now what I need, guys, is everyone who is here, like Harshita, Varun, Mehak, Kiran here. everyone, what I need from you guys is just open the SparkCare Studio. Please open the SparkCare Studio and follow the exact steps that I'm gonna do, because I'll teach you every single step in a brief. Okay, you just need to grab all these points. I'll teach you how to make all these AR effects from very scratch. You not need to have anything, just you all you need to have is a laptop and a SparkCare Studio downloaded. So please open your SparkCare Studio. So what you need to do, open your SparkCare Studio, click on this sharing effect option, the middle one. Click on the sharing effect option. This is all what you need to do. Okay, now if you are not able to see yourself, just click on this video like this. If you are seeing someone like this, what you can do, just go to this option. यहाँ पे एक वीडियो का click करें and you can just click on your camera and you will be able to see yourself. Okay, now let's make the AR effects. Okay, AR effect now. So what you need to do, there is a plus option. Click on this plus option. Click on this plus option and search for rectangle. What I said, rectangle. So what is search for rectangle? REC rectangle. You can see rectangle is here. Okay. What you need to do is open the SparkCare Studio, open your maybe sharing effect option, then click on this plus button, search for the rectangle, and click enter. Now you will see a small rectangle over there, right here. So these two rectangles are added, right? So why these? What we have done? What we have done? How these rectangles came up? I've just clicked on this plus button. I search for the rectangle. I clicked on the insert, and these rectangles are here, right? So this is how I can simply import these rectangles. Now you must be wondering, like, this rectangle is having a very small size. It is, it's not covering my entire screen. It's having a very small size, right? This much size it is covering. So I want this rectangle to cover my entire screen. I want this rectangle to cover my entire screen. So how I'm going to make it this happen? I need to adjust some properties. How I can just modify some properties? I already told you this is what we call a properties panel. This is what we call a properties panel, right? So this is what we call a properties panel, and there are two options over here. One is of width, one is of height, right? So I'm going to alter this width and height option. Okay, so what I'm going to do is simply I have clicked on this rectangle, and just make sure your rectangle is hovering blue like this. Okay, just click on your rectangle. Your rectangle is here. Click on the 100. You need to click on the 100. Okay, click on 100, then click on width. Again, click on 100 and height. Yeah, hello guys, hello Priyanka, hello Neha. So what I have done is I'll just repeat the steps again. Okay, I'm just closing all everything what I just showed you all. You have to open the SparkCare Studio, click on the sharing effect option. Then what you need to do is to just wait it for open. Then what you need to do, just click on this plus button. So this is the plus button. This is the click on plus button. Okay, and search for rectangle and click on insert. Insert पे click करेंगे, what you will see a rectangle over here. Now what I need this rectangle to cover my entire screen, right? So how I'll make this happen? I'll just increase the width and height of this rectangle. How I can increase? You can see I have my rectangle is hovered in the blue, so I'm going to edit this properties. Okay, so how it is going to happen? Just if you are not selected this rectangle, then you must not see width and height option. Just select your rectangle, click on your rectangle, then there is a width option and there is a height option. Now in front of this width and height option, it is written 100 लिखा है. हमें क्या करना है, उस 100 पे क्लिक करना है and click on fill width. जहाँ पे 100 लिखा है उसे 100 पे क्लिक करना है. Your entire screen will be covered. This is how you can just make your entire screen covered, right? Now what I'm going to do, so just assume it, I have just added some bricks. Suppose you have to make a house. You must have, maybe, I'm not sure if you guys have seen or not the, while building a house or the pre-process structure of making a house. First, you make a structure. Okay, then you just put some bricks over that, then you put a layer over it of, you put a layer over it, a plaster layer over it, or maybe, to so that you can just protect it from water and all these things. So now I need to add one layer. What I need to do is I need to add one layer. So what is that layer? That is called a material. So in Spark, yeah, that layer is called a material. So if you will see, just make sure आपका जो rectangle इस तरीके से hovered हो, blue color का hovered हो, okay. Now if you will just, where it was written width and height, you will see, just if you will scroll down a little bit, you will see something is written called material. आपको यहाँ पर material लिखा हुआ दिखेगा. And in this material, you will see there is a plus button in front of this material. There is this material, and in front of this, there is a plus button. Just click on that plus button. Click on the plus button. Now we will see I added one skin also, right? It has added one skin also. So what I have done, I have just click on the rectangle. Okay. Hair. You will be able to see your material right away. Getting it? Now, everyone, those who can see your material over here, you have done exactly right steps, right? Now, so now what we have done, just I'm giving one example. Suppose, so just assume that, just take this example. Suppose my body, my skeleton is the object. My skeleton represents that rectangle. My skeleton is the object. My skin is the material. Okay, my skin is the material. My clothes are the assets. There is something, a new term is coming, that is called assets. So these assets can be, so for me, in order to, for me being a personal me, I need to wear some clothes, right? For being a complete me, I need to wear some clothes. So exactly the same thing, there are some, maybe these textures could be images, 3D arts maybe, or it could be anything, whatever you want. These text assets could be anything. Okay, but I told you, suppose you have a skeleton, the skeleton is the object, the skin, my skin is the material, my clothes are the assets, my trouser, my specs, my this sweater is the asset. Singularly, this sweater will be called texture. Singularly, this specs will be called asset. Okay, this is how the simple concept is. Don't try to memorize these things. I'm just telling you for a reference. Okay, I'm repeating this line again and again, there is nothing, because Spark is nothing about learning or remembering something. It's all about maybe visualizing and maybe creating. Okay, so it is all about this. So what I have done, I just added one rectangle. I'll just repeat the, okay, let me just repeat the entire step again. So if you have joined late, so we can just make these experiences again and again. You just need to click on chaining fact. You just need to click on this plus icon, search for the rectangle, click on the insert button. This is how you can simply import the object. Now in the right side, you will see width and height option. Where it is written 100, click on the fill width option. Where it is written 100, click height option. You have this canvas. Now we need to give a skin to our material. How will give? There is something called material. So we'll click on this plus icon. So this is how I can just add some material over it. Okay, understood, right? Now what I'm going to do, I need a texture. But you must have seen the example, the AR effect that we are making. We are going to make a shadow kind of thing. We are going to make a shadow kind of thing. Just assume it like this. Suppose you have this paper, okay? Suppose you have some assignments, okay? Just assume it like this. Suppose you have some assignments, and I'll ask you to photocopy your assignments. How we will photocopy your assignments? You will take the original copy, okay? You will take the original, maybe digital or physical copy. You will go to the photocopy person, or maybe that vendor. You will ask him, just use this original copy and give me a photocopy. Exactly, right? This is how the things work. The same chronology applies here. In order to get a type of a person, in order to get a shadow of a person, you need to have a person, right? How I'll get that person? I'm going to get the person from the camera. So what this refers, I'm going to use a camera texture for that. Now, how to get a camera texture? Let's understand this. Okay. So if we'll see in your scene panel, there is some there is something called camera written over here. दिख रहा है सबको? Just understand this point. There is something called camera written. Just click on your camera. Make sure, click on your camera. How make that camera is clicked or not? It will just hovered like this in a blue color. Getting it? So now I have clicked on this camera. Now in the right hand side, in the properties panel, there are two things that I need. That is, the first thing is texture of my camera. I need a texture of my camera. The another thing that I need is segmentation. I need these two things. I need these two things, okay, for my AR effect. So what I will do, I'll just simply click on the plus button inside in front of the camera, plus button, and I'll choose person. I'll, I'll simply choose the person. Okay. Now, what you can do is simply, I hope you guys are able to get this, to reach this point. If anyone, you can just verify it from here. You can see now the camera texture is here and the segmentation texture is here. Everyone got the camera texture and segmentation texture? Everyone got it right? What I did, I just clicked on the camera. Okay. If I'll just delete both of the things, I just click what is this plus button. There is something called segmentation. I just click on the plus button. I just choose the person because I want to segment the person. So understood right till here? Now the next thing is that you need is maybe, okay, just give me a second. I'm just trying to put it right. Okay, so this is how you can just simply, invite or maybe get these camera texture and segmentation in your textures option. So what I told you, singularly these textures are called textures. Collectively everything is called material text assets. Okay, the same simple chronology, right? So I hope everyone is done till here. Now what I will do, I'll assign these texture to my material. Now what I meant by that? I have bring, so if I have to paint my house, if I need to paint my house, I have already, I have already brought the paint into my house. I have bought the paint from the shopkeeper. I just, now the paint is with me. In my house, the paint is planted. I have to apply it on walls. Okay, now I'll apply. Let's see how we can just apply the paints. Okay, I'll click on the material. I'll click on the, so this is the option, material option. Okay, just click on the material option. Click on the material option. Okay, click on the material option. Now in the right hand side, I need to edit some properties. This is the properties panel. Now here in this part, I'm going to edit some properties. Okay, just click on your material. Then what you need to do is just in the shader type option, the first thing that you will see, that is the shader type, and it is set to standard. Shader type आपका standard में set होगा. What you need to do, just change that standard to flat. Click on the standard and change it to flat. Your color will change. From grays it come to white. So what is happening is, I just clicked on my material. I just went to the shader type. I just changed the shader type to flat option. Now, what is the use of this flat shader type? Okay, let me just give you a quick overview about all the shader type that are present over here. So flat is something where there is no reflection. Where there is no reflection, we use flat. Where we don't want any kind of reflection, we use flat. Standard is something where there is a little bit shininess and there is a little bit kind of a reflection. Okay, there we use standard. Physically based is something where your physical presence, suppose right now I'm sitting in a closed room. If I'll go outside, the light will become more. It will be the light will be increased, right? The brightness will be increased because I'll go to the sunlight. Okay, obviously sunlight is the brightest light ever we can achieve. So if your presence is really dependent, if your AR effect is based on the presence, then you can just choose physically based. Face paint is something, if you want to paint your face, you can just simply click on the face paint. You can see it had made a BMW black and white effect. Okay. Next thing is blended. So blended is something, we all have that blender in our home, right? So if you want to, if you want to blend every color together, then you can just simply choose the blend. Shader I said, so it's something requires when you use some, maybe pre-created AR effects or maybe some render passing or maybe something like this. Okay, this is so for today's AR effect, I just need a flat. I just need a flat option. Next thing is I told you I have bought already the paint. Now I have to apply it. So how I apply it is something called texture right over here. सभी को यहाँ पे texture option दिख रहा होगा and there is a this kind of arrow like this, a arrow pointing downwards. There is an arrow pointing downwards. So what I will do, I'll just click on this arrow and I'll choose camera texture. I'm repeating again, click on this arrow and choose camera texture. आपको camera texture choose करना है यहाँ पे. Okay. Okay. Now there is one more thing that is called alpha. I'm not talking about alpha test. आपको A L P H A आपको अल्फा देखना है. अब क्या देखना है? A L P H A अल्फा देखना है आपको. ठीक है. So alpha इस तरीके से यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा होगा and there is one button right over here. You just have to activate this alpha. How I'll activate it? I'll just click on this right list. इस टिक बॉक्स पे क्लिक करेंगे, अल्फा आपका एक्टिवेट हो जाएगा. Now there is another है. इस वाले टेक्सचर में हमें क्या देंगे? इस वाले टेक्सचर में हम सेगमेंटेशन देंगे. So we'll go to this again. There is one more, drop down button right over here. I'll simply click on this dropping down button. I'll choose segmentation, not camera texture. I'll select properties में diffuse के अंदर आपको camera texture choose करना है. इस वाले में पहले वाले में camera texture choose करना है. Alpha activate करने के बाद texture में आपको segmentation choose करना है. Understood, right? This is how I guess it is very much understood to you all. Okay. This is all what you need to do. Now you will see we are 90% done here. 90%. So the next thing that I will do, can you see guys this rectangle right over here? जो हम rectangle लेके आए थे, सबको अपना rectangle मिला है. So if अगर आपको समझ आया कि हमने किया क्या, we have made a for ourselves. You can see if I'll just, so I made a clone of myself. You can see there are two me now. There are two me now. So I can just make it like this, but I'm just okay. So what I will do, I'll just, first of all, I'll just, maybe, I'll just don't replace it. I just showed, yes, understood. That's great. That's great. So what you need to do, just click on your rectangle and in the properties panel, don't misplace it. If you have अगर आपने इस तरीके से उसको misplace कर दिया था, तो Control Z करके वापस अपनी जगह पे ले आइए please. अगर आपने उसको ऊपर नीचे कहीं पे misplace कर दिया है, तो please Control Z करके उसे अपनी जगह पे ले आइए. Okay. Now what you need to do, click on your rectangle and click on your material. आपको क्या करना है? अपने material पे click करना है. The material that you have imported right over here. Click on your material. Okay. After click on this material, you will see there is something called opacity. I am going to change the opacity from 100% to 62%. मैंने क्या किया, जो opacity थी उसको 100% से 62% कर दिया. मटीरियल पे क्लिक किया, opacity में गया, 100% से 62% कर दिया. Now I'll again click on my rectangle. मैं दोबारा से अपना जो rectangle है उस पे यहाँ पे rectangle पे क्लिक करूंगा. And now everyone who is using, those who are using MacBook, you can just right click on this. You can just right click on the rectangle and click on duplicate. आप right click करके duplicate पे click करते हैं. Those who are using Windows, you can just simply click on your rectangle and press Control D. Control D press करोगे, you will see another rectangle over here. आपको एक और rectangle दिख जाएगा. You have to press Control D 2 times. आपको यहाँ पे 2 टाइम Control D press करना है, so that you will be able to see 3 total 3 rectangle आपको चाहिए. Total 3 rectangles. Okay. Total 3 rectangles हमें चाहिए. Getting it? So now what we will do, यहाँ तक किस का हो गया? How many of you are done till here? Just give me a heads up if you are done till here. Just give me a heads up if you are done till here. So many folks are here. Kiran, Neha, Priyanka, Shivani, Tisha. Are you guys done till here? What I have done is simply maybe click material पे गया, opacity change कर दी 62% पे. Then again I just clicked on the rectangle, right click on it, click on duplicate. Duplicate it 2 times so you get the 2 rectangles more. You can add two rectangles. That's great. That's fabulous. Okay. Now the bottom मोस्ट रेक्टेंगल जो आपके एकदम बॉटम पे रेक्टेंगल है उसकी ओपेसिटी को फिर से 100% कर दो. कैसे करोगे? just listen to me carefully. I just need this rectangle with an opacity of 100%. So what I will do, I'll just click on the last rectangle जो आपका last rectangle है. So rectangle 2 आपका जो दिख रहा है, अपने rectangle 2 पे select करें, and then what you need to do is there is in the properties panel materials में फिर से जाना है आपको. राइट हैंड साइड में मटेरियल्स पे जाना है. मटेरियल्स पे गए, यहां पर आपको क्या करना है, जो एरो दिख रहा है आपको यहाँ पे मटेरियल्स में आपको इस तरीके का एरो दिख रहा होगा. इस एरो में क्या करूंगा, मैं क्लिक करूंगा और करूंगा क्रिएट न्यू मटेरियल. व्हाट इट इज, आई जस्ट क्लिक्ड ऑन द लास्ट रेक्टेंगल, एकदम सबसे लास्ट वाला जो रेक्टेंगल उस पर क्लिक करा, मटेरियल पे गया, मटेरियल में ड्रॉप डाउन पे जाके क्रिएट न्यू मटेरियल पे क्लिक कर दिया. नाउ माय वन मोर मटेरियल इज एडेड ओवर हियर. कैन यू गाइस सी दिस मटेरियल 1? मटेरियल 1 सबको दिख रहा होगा यहाँ पे. मटेरियल 1 एक और मटेरियल आ गया. अगेन मैं सेम चीज करूंगा, शेडर टाइप में फ्लैट चूज कर लूंगा. ठीक है. टेक्सचर में मैं कैमरा टेक्सचर चूज कर लूंगा. अल्फा एक्टिवेट करके टेक्सचर में जाके सेगमेंटेशन चूज कर लूंगा. मेरा हो गया ना. सो व्हाट आई डिड, मटेरियल 1 मैंने क्या किया, रेक्टेंगल 2 पे क्लिक किया, मटेरियल में गया, क्रिएट न्यू मटेरियल पे क्लिक किया. तो क्रिएट न्यू मटेरियल करने के बाद माय वन मोर मटेरियल एडेड ओवर है. अब मैंने क्या करा, इस मटेरियल पे मैंने क्लिक करा एंड आई जस्ट वेंट टू द शेडर टाइप. आई जस्ट चेंज द शेडर टाइप टू फ्लैट. टेक्सचर में जाके कैमरा टेक्सचर चूज कर लिया, अल्फा एक्टिवेट करके सेम चीज सेगमेंटेशन चूज कर लिया. ठीक है. नाउ इसकी ओपेसिटी 100% ही रखनी, इसकी ओपेसिटी कम मत कर देना. ठीक है. Now what I will do, now we will see, this is how we will create the positioning. Now I'll just position these AR things. So जो मेरा rectangle 1 है उसको मैं क्या करूंगा, जो मेरा viewport है, now where is my viewport? This is my viewport. I told you already, this is my viewport, right? This middle thing is my viewport. ये मेरा viewport है. Okay, this is my viewport. Okay. Now what I will do, you can just zoom in और zoom out आप इस तरीके से viewport के अंदर कर सकते हो. मैं क्या करूंगा, जो मेरा सबसे पहला वाला रेक्टेंगल था, the first rectangle, the rectangle 0 जिसका नाम है, उसको मैं हल्का सा पकड़ूंगा. Just wait for a second. Okay, उसको मैं हल्का सा पकड़ूंगा, उसको हल्का सा राइट की तरफ शिफ्ट, इस तरीके से. सेम चीज रेक्टेंगल 1 पे क्लिक करूंगा, उसको भी हल्का सा पुश करके ऐसे कर लूंगा. थोड़ा सा अब ये एडजस्टमेंट टोटली आपके हाथ में है. So you can see these 3 shadows are being created. This is actually not a shadow, but it appears to be like a shadow. You can see this. Now अगर आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि काफी दूर-दूर है, what you can do is you can just go to this and you can just place it like this. Just go to this and come to place it like this. है ना. आपको किसी एक के ऊपर आपको ओपेसिटी और कम करनी है तो आप पैसा कम कर लें. लाइक इफ यू डोंट वांट इट फॉर 62%, अगर आप उसको और कम कर दे तो वो और कम होते जाएगा. लाइक दिस. आपको 100% चाहिए तो आप 3 भी लेके आ सकते हैं. आपको 62% के आसपास चाहिए तो आप इस तरीके से, और आप मतलब 0 कर दे, 0 हो जाएगा. आपको हल्की सी शेडो चाहिए, आप इस तरीके से लाए. सो दिस इज टोटली डिपेंड्स ऑन योर चॉइस. फॉर मी 62% इज द ऑप्टिमम. Now tell me at 16:49 PM how many of you are done till here? कितने लोगों का यहाँ तक हो गया है? कितने लोगों ने ऐसे हल्का सा प्लेस कर दिया अपने AR फिल्टर को, अपनी शैडो को ऐसे कितने लोगों ने प्लेस कर दिया? Just tell me quickly. Just raise your hands if you are done till here. I'm just waiting for your comments so that you can just comment down a little bit and I can just move ahead. So we are done with our AR filter. I just wanted to know how many of you are done till here, because I'm going to repeat the steps again. No one is done till here. किसी का नहीं हुआ अभी तक? किसी का भी नहीं हुआ. Okay. No worries. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to repeat the steps again. चलो एक काम करते हैं. I'll just make the entire AR effect from very scratch. So suppose if someone in between has joined late or someone in between has didn't or missed some step, you can just make it right now. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna repeat the steps again. So you can see this is my Spark here. I'll just close it right now. Okay, I'll just close the entire Spark here studio. I'll just reopen it again. I'll search for Spark here. I'll just click on the studio. Okay. Now what I will do is, okay, he is done. That's great. So I'll just repeat the entire steps again. So it's like a 2-3 minute task hardly. Okay. I'll just click on the sharing. The first step is to click on sharing effect. After clicking on the sharing effect option, as soon as I had clicked on the sharing effect option, you can see you will see some workspace. आपको इस तरीके से workspace. If you are not able to see yourself, अगर आपको इस तरीके से कोई simulation दिख रहा है, there is a video button where you can choose your camera. आप यहाँ पे अपना कैमरा चूज कर सकते हैं. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on this plus option. This option, I'll search for rectangle. Rectangle is here. I'll click on insert. Insert लिया है मैं यहाँ पे rectangle. So I'll go to this width and height option. So what I will do, I'll click on this 100. I'll make it fill width. I'll click on this. It has come. There is something called material. There is something material. Now I'm gonna add some skin to my AR effect. I'm going to give a skin to my AR effect. So what I will do, I'll click on the add skin. So it had added one skin. This is the material. Now I'm gonna edit some properties of this. So for this I need some textures. मुझे अब textures कहाँ से मिलेंगे? I just go this and in the left, in the right hand side, there is something texture extraction and segmentation. I'll click on the plus icon of texture extraction. I click on segmentation, then I click on person. यहाँ तक हो गया. मैंने person पे click कर लिया. Then अब मैं क्या करूँगा? मुझे इस material पे assign करना है. मैंने paint लाके खरीद लिया है, but I have to apply it on my walls. First of all, I'll just change this shader type to flat. I will change this. I'll just click on this shader type and I'll just change it to flat. And I will change the texture. Here it is called texture. यहाँ पे इस तरीके का ड्रॉप डाउन बना होगा. ठीक है, इस तरीके के ड्रॉप डाउन पे मैं क्लिक करूंगा and I'll choose camera texture. Now there is something called alpha. यहाँ पे एक alpha करके का option. I'll activate this alpha. I'll activate it like this. And now there is no texture over here, and I'll assign this texture the segmentation one. I'll just click on this drop down and just segmentation. यहाँ तक हो गया, यहाँ तक समझ आता है. Then whatever, I'll click on my rectangle and I'll first of all I need to opacity मुझे कम करनी पड़ेगी पहले. I'll select click on my material. I'll just click on my material. I'll just scroll down a little bit. I'll just change the opacity to 62%. मैंने 62% opacity कर दी. Now what I will do, I just go to my rectangle again. Okay, I'll right click on it. I'll click on duplicate. I'll just right click on it. I'll just click on duplicate. दो rectangle और आ गए मेरे पास. Now what I will do, the rectangle to the bottom most rectangle, I'll just choose the bottom most rectangle जो एकदम bottom में rectangle है, last most rectangle, मैं उस पर click करूँगा and I'll go to the materials. I'll go to this materials option and there is one, but there is like something like this arrow pointing downwards. So I'll just click on this arrow. Okay, and I'll click on create new material. मैं एक नया material बनाऊंगा तो एक नई skin मेरे पास आ जाएगी. नई skin अभी do. This is the material. Okay, you can verify material 1 is added. Okay, now what I can do, I'll just click on the material 1. Again, same thing. Shader type को change कर देंगे flat पर. Okay, texture को change कर देंगे camera texture पर. alpha activate कर देंगे और इसको choose कर लेंगे segmentation पर. हो गया यहाँ तक segmentation हो गया. बस हमारा AR effect बन गया. अब हमें चीजें place करनी. How I'll place it? I'll click on this rectangle. I'll just place it like this. I'll just इसे पकड़ के थोड़ा सा और साइड में. अगर अब किसी और पे एक बार टेस्ट कर लेते किस तरीके से दिख रहा है. Yeah, it's looking a bit fine. Yeah, it's cool to me. So this is how simply you can just make it and done. So this is how simply you can just make AR effect and shadow of yourself or something like this. Now the infinite possibilities that can come up, you can just loop this animation, you can just do multiple things. Okay, now this is so, first of all, congratulations those who have created your AR effect. The question comes, you have made this AR effect, आप सभी ने एक AR effect बना लिया. Now how people can use it on their Instagram? आप खुद भी अपने Instagram पे से कैसे यूज कर सकते हो? ये दिखेगा कहाँ पर, कैसे दिखेगा, कैसे people globally इसको देख पाएंगे? If I'll just show you something. So SparkCare Hub, आप अगर मैं आपको अपना दिखाऊं, so this is my SparkCare Hub. This is where I've created my all these effects. You can see I have published these AR effects on Meta Spark Hub. So there is something called Meta Spark Hub where all these effects are being published. You can see. So these are some insights, right? So you can see in last 28 days, okay, in last 28 days, this much people has opened my AR effects. 481k people has opened my AR effects, something like this. Okay, so though this is a very small number for me, okay, very small number, because I haven't making these AR effects. Okay, so this is how people can, how these insights can come to your AR effects. ये insights आपके लिए कैसे आएंगे? This is the biggest question, right? So we need to publish it. Now I'll teach you how to publish your AR effects. Okay, so see, making an AR effect, you can find infinite tutorials over YouTube. आपको infinite tutorials YouTube के मिल जाएंगे अलग-अलग AR effects बनाने के. This is the most important step to see, because आपको publish करने का AR effect के बहुत कोई भी tutorial वहाँ पे नहीं मिलेगा YouTube पर. So if you will see these things, so just open the SparkCare Studio. आपको क्या करना है? SparkCare Studio, and here there is this blue button पर एकदम राइट हैंड साइड बॉटम में कॉर्नर पे आपको एक पब्लिश का बटन दिख रहा होगा. Just click on this publish button. Click on this publish button. Simply click on this publish button. इस तरीके से एक न्यू विंडो आपके सामने खुलेगी. Now there is this video. I will tell you later. Okay, just click on the record video option, and this video should be between 2 to 5 seconds. आपकी जो record video option है, maybe, okay, why this is paused? So you just need to record your video. Okay, record your demo video. This is it. Record yourself for 2 to 5 seconds. Record yourself for 2 to 5 seconds. 2 से 5 सेकंड के लिए आपको रिकॉर्ड करना है. Then there is one button called save. यहाँ पे आपको एक ब्लू कलर का बटन दिख रहा होगा. उस ब्लू कलर के बटन पे आप क्लिक करना है, आपको सेव करना है. Then scroll down a little bit. Just click done. Now we will see it will start uploading. ये अपलोड होना स्टार्ट हो गया है. Now as soon as this completes to 100%, ये जैसे ही 100% अपलोड हो जाएगा, it will definitely open a new window for me. So let's wait this window to open. No, Kiran, there is nothing. You can just start publishing. Just start to publish your AR. SparkCare is nothing about learning. It's all about making and publishing. This is how you will get used to it. This is how you will improve your filters. There is nothing about learning in SparkCare. SparkCare is like a bucket where you are just plucking some fruits and putting into that bucket. Getting in these terms, I just connected the nodes. मैंने कोई कोडिंग नहीं करी, मैंने कोई वहाँ पे टेक्निकलिटी कुछ नहीं करा है. वहाँ पे मैंने थोड़े बहुत नोड्स को कनेक्ट करा है आपस में. फोल्डर के अंदर फोल्डर बनाया, फोल्डर के अंदर फोल्डर बनाया. This is how the simple technology I have implemented. Okay, now we will see. This is what open. This is what will open. And okay, I'm just waiting for this to complete. Let's wait this thing to complete entire 100%. Okay, till then, if anyone has any doubt, please let me know. If anyone is stuck at anywhere, just let me know. Got it. That's great. So my internet is working, right? So maybe it's working. See, it's working. Just wait for it. I upload it again. So now just click on the save, then I'll just click on the upload button. And it has started uploading, 90% done, 90% done. Just, just get to 100%, please, 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 please. Till then I can teach you why you have, why we have recorded ourselves, right? So we have recorded ourselves because, Facebook has some guidelines like you can't make a AR effect. You can't use a AR effect with some intimate content, with some nudity over there, maybe some rage, or maybe some, you can't use these kind of stuff, right? Okay, maybe vulgarity. You can't use these type of things in your Spark, in your AR filters, right? So you can't use all these things. So in order to check those parameters, Facebook asks you, Meta asks you to give a to record yourself and see, let's make us see how what you have created. That's why you are recording a video of yourself. Okay, this is a simple thing that I can just teach you. Okay, just give me a second. You will get a screen something like this. So you will get a screen like this after this gets completed to 100%. Now, how many of you got this screen after 100%? Now, you must have observed that, right? Every AR filter has its unique name. हर एक AR filter का अपना एक अलग नाम होता है. Yes, nahi, there is no alternative for that. You can record your friend also, but that is a simple hack. But you need to record someone. You can use you can record your maybe dog, maybe the systems around yourself, but you not need to be present. Means include your face. Just that you need to record something over there. अपने दोस्त को record कर लो. You can record your maybe your dog, your animals, your pets. You can record over there. It's not that mandatory, but yeah, you need to record something definitely for sure. Okay, you will see something like this. Now you have to give a unique name to your AR filter. Now, what unique name I will give? So that totally depends, like what you need to give, what you want to give. Just give a unique name to your AR filter. So I'll just give maybe something like uh, Savvy. I'll just give it a random name like Savvy. Okay. Now just go to the platform section. Next thing is the platform section. Okay. Now in this platform section, अगर आपकी Instagram ID Facebook ID से connected है, so you can see this is my Instagram profile. Wizard Locks, this is my Instagram profile. Instagram username, right? So Wizard Locks is my Instagram username. So you can see Wizard Locks has been I have never given it my Instagram username. But if your Instagram ID is linked with your Facebook ID, so your username will show up here and you can just click on all platforms. But अगर आपकी Facebook ID Instagram ID से connected नहीं है, so in that case what you can do, just go to the specific platforms. Instead of going to all platforms, what you can just go to the specific platforms and turn off Instagram. आपको क्या करना, अगर आपकी Facebook ID Instagram से connected नहीं है, go to specific platforms, Instagram को off कर दें. But in my case, it is already connected, so I'll just let it be. I'll just click on all platforms. Now leave everything for default, just go to categories. Directly jump off to the categories option. Now in the categories option, you have to choose some categories like what type of filter you have created. Okay, in which category should we put your AR effect? This is what Facebook is asking to you. So if you'll see, click on this categories. So I have created an immersive effect, maybe appearance, selfie, and maybe fandom kind of effect we have created. This is what we have created, right? Just that's it. Just click on the submit button. Now just click on the submit button and your AR effect will be, AR effect will be get published. This is how simply you can just make and publish your AR effect. Okay. Now after publishing your AR effect, you will be able to see your AR effects like this. So you will get something like this. So now AR will be, so maybe your AR effect will be in review. You will see your AR effect is in review. So what that means, Facebook will verify that in case you have used some vulgarity, some intimate content, some nude content over your AR filter or not. If your AR effect is ready to be published, they will just, it will hardly takes 1 hour, and Facebook, you will get a notification over your Instagram or Facebook ID wherever you have published that you have your AR effect is reviewed and it is ready to share. And you will be able to see something like this screen. आपको इस तरीके से अपना AR effects दिख जाएगा. You will be able to see something like this. Getting it? Now, here ends the workshop part. Now, how to get the certificate for this workshop? So, in order to get the certificate, there is one Google form that you need to fill. So, I'm just sharing the Google form with you all. Just give me a second to find that Google form. Yeah. Submission form is here. So, guys, this is the Google form right over here. In order to get your certificate, you need to fill this Google form. But just give it a look over here. Please, guys, I just want your kind attention over here. Don't open your Google form. Don't try to submit your Google form right now, because there are some fields over there which you won't be able to identify. Like, what is this? It will ask you effect ID, effect URL, and multiple things. So you will question me like, you haven't told me this. What is this effect URL? How I get this effect URL? That's why, please be on my screen. Please be in the main screen. I'm gonna teach you how to get effect URL. So name is fine. You can just fill your name. You can fill your email. You can fill your contact. College भी आप भर सकते हो. How to get your Facebook profile URL? I get this question multiple times. How to get my Facebook profile URL? So you'll just go to this, search for facebook.com, click on enter. Okay. Just open facebook.com tab and click enter. Wait for a while. Okay, just wait for a while. Just let it open. Let's wait for a while. Okay. Then there is this account option. यहाँ पे एक account का option आता है. So I'll just simply click on my profile picture. I'll click on my name. Then I'll click on this. I'll click on my name. So I'm just waiting it to. I'll click on my name, and I'll copy this URL bar. I'll copy this URL bar and I'll paste it right over here. Like this. I'll paste this. I'll copy this thing and I'll paste it right over here. Now, how to get the effect URL, effect ID, and owner ID. Now, in order to get your effect URL, what you need to do, go to SparkAR Hub where your effect is published. जो आपने AR effect बनाया हुआ है, उस AR effect में SparkAR Hub में आपको AR effect में पेज में जाना है, and there is something called share. यहाँ पे आपको एक share का बटन दिखेगा. Click on the share option. Click on the share option. You need to click on this link. आपको इस link पे खाली बस click करना है. All you need to do is just click on this link. It will say copy to clipboard and paste it right over here. This is your effect URL. Getting it? Share पे जाना है, click on this link and paste it right over there. अगर आपने Facebook चूज किया था तो आपको Facebook की लिंक दिख रही होगी, तो आपके लिए facebook.com से शुरू हो जाएगी लिंक. Okay, getting it? Done. Now, how to get this effect ID and owner ID? So, at the same place, just after the share button, there is something called 3 dots over there. आपको 3 dots यहाँ पे दिख रहे होंगे. Click on these 3 dots and you will be able to see something like this. Click on these 3 dots and you will see copy effect ID and copy owner ID. आपको copy effect ID and copy owner ID यहाँ पे दिख रहा होगा. पहले copy effect ID पे click करें, paste it right over here, paste it like this. Then just click on copy owner ID and paste it like this. That's it. Just submit your Google form, and this is how you can just fill your Google form also. Understood, right? So how to get your effect URL, how to get your, maybe what you can say this, maybe effect ID and owner ID. I just told you how to get all these things. Okay. So this is just there is so now I'm just sharing one form with you all. So this is the Google form. This is the feedback form, guys. So I just wanted some feedback from your side, like how you find this workshop insightful or not. Did you learn something new today, or did you find it boring or something like this, or maybe it was too fast or it's too slow? So we want some feedback from your side. I'd be very happy to hear from you. Now, in case you want to connect with me over my social, so this is me, guys. You can just connect with me over my LinkedIn. I'm very active on my LinkedIn. So in case in future you have any doubt, you have any query, you can just ping me over LinkedIn. I'd be very happy to take up your doubts. I'd be very happy to, make something, make some AR effects together. So this is my LinkedIn ID. You can just reach out to me anytime. I'd be very happy to connect. I'm very active on my socials, and maybe I can share my more accounts. And you can search for, so and this is my Twitter and Instagram. So you can just connect with me over LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want. I'd be very happy to take up a doubt. So this is my time, guys. Thank you for joining in. I hope you learned something new today, and I hope you enjoyed the workshop. I'm really looking forward to see your AR effects and those who have made these AR effects, like those who said Neha, Kiran, Nehal, so many amazing folks, Nehi, maybe, and everyone, those who joined, Tisha, and so many folks are here. So thank you guys, thank you for joining in. Do make a LinkedIn post, do make a maybe social post, because and do tag Meta, do tag Reskill, do tag me, and do tag everyone, those who have helped you to organize this workshop, your college, or maybe your college community, or whatever it is, your maybe your local community. Thank you, Razia. Thank you, everyone. So that people can see what you have created, what you have learned today. Okay, definitely. So what you have learned, built in public. That's how you grow, right? So just do tag. Don't forget to tag Meta. Don't forget to tag Meta, formerly Facebook, that you have created this AR effect today. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining in. This is my time. I hope you learned something new. And happy learning, happy creation, guys. Keep creating, keep building, and let's talk. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. See you then, guys. See you. Bye bye. Bye, everyone.